So second day of the trip to Italy to do a little bit of training and then bring the Piper Mirage back to Gloucester for a bit of maintenance. So beautiful day here in Rome, and myself and Lewis are going to be flying 464 Lima Bravo. We're going to go up to Perugia, do some approaches, head over to Sardinia, do some stuff over there, and then maybe stop for a bit of lunch, and then we'll be heading back. And the guys are going to be taking the other aircraft, 392 Mike Alpha, which we came in yesterday. They're going to fly that back to the UK now via France. So looking forward to it. Great day. So looking forward to some nice weather and some good training. Okay, cool. So here's myself and Captain Barros, and we're just at the holding point in Rome Urbe at the moment, and Urbe Airport, and just waiting for our departure.
464 Lima Bravo, line up and wait 34.
Line up and wait, November 464 Lima Bravo.
There we go, we've got the clearance to line up and wait, so we're just going to nudge ourselves forward now, get everything else ready. Here's the cockpit view, just as a little view. We've got GTN 750 and 650 there, which is what we're using for navigating today. Nothing coming on final, nothing coming the other way. I'm just going to benefit from getting as much runway length as we possibly can here by doing a little bit of a backtrack, which is great.
Alfa Alfa, contatto 12575, ciao dopo.
2575 Roma, dopo, ciao.
Cessna's just got airborne in front of us, and we're expecting to take off and go straight up northbound to one of the VRPs.
India Bravo, Bravo, il
Pronto beam,
0, richiamo sottovento sinistro
1500 feet.
India Bravo, Bravo, richiamerà sottovento sinistro 34.
Number 464 Lima Bravo, runway 34, clear for takeoff, variable 4 knots.
Clear for takeoff, November 464 Lima Bravo.
Man, this guy is a bit close, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting away from us, so that's good.
November 392 Mike Alpha, it's Molupo.
Number 392 Mike Alpha, Roger, change, Rome information, frequency 125.75, ciao.
Roma 12525, ciao, grazie.
Speed is alive.
125.75.
I have manifold pressure on 41, that's good.
Check
60, 70, 75, 85 and pop. One notch up. Landing gear up.
India November Oscar Lima Papa, pista 34, autorizzato l'atterraggio, variabile 5 nodi.
Autorizzato l'atterraggio per pista 34, India November Oscar Lima Papa.
We're climbing out of Perugia now. We're en route to Olbia in Sardinia. We've just done some turns, a couple of base to turn final stalls, and done some unusual attitudes and some trim runaways as well. Just shot an instrument approach into...
4 Lima Bravo, call 1255. Call 1255, November 4 Lima Bravo, thanks.
Okay, so a few radio communications there. So we're climbing at the moment. We've got a Garmin G500 here in the Malibu. And you can see there we're just climbing initially to flight level 130. A little bit of a slow climb. It's pretty hot outside.
and you know, temperature's 5 degrees and we're nearly at 12,000 feet, so it's quite hot outside, so not the best climb rate going on, but keeping the temperatures of the engine all within its limits, so keeping ourselves at a decent indicated airspeed, so therefore that just gives us a little bit detrimental on the rate of climb. But Garmin 750 and Garmin 650 here, and you know, a pretty traditional cockpit on this Mirage, but with some really lovely upgrades, which gives it a real new technology boost. So yeah, so we're heading over to Olbia in Sardinia, going to shoot an instrument approach, and it's definitely time to stop and have a bite to eat. The important things for us pilots. Right, so what's next? We are in the cruise. We're now at flight level 190 and just crossed the Italian coastline. So this is the west coast of Italy. So we're now at flight level 190, getting a true airspeed of about 193. Unfortunately, we've got a decent headwind going on, which is bringing our ground speed down quite significantly, and so therefore we're going to be about 40-45 minutes until we arrive at Olbia. And down here we can see our pressurization is all set down here. We've got the PSI is about 5.5 and the cabin altitude is at about 4,000 feet, so that's very comfortable, very nice. So about 192 true airspeed. We're routing ourselves in and we're just about to prepare ourselves and load up the arrival, pick up the ATIS and then load the approach.
Dew point 10 degrees QNH 1015 hectopascal QS Echo 1014 hectopascal. Meteorological report not received. Airport information. Before startup, contact airport operator frequency 131.405. Meteorological information only by measured data. Limited presence weather information provided by air traffic control only on pilot's report. You will receive this information, Mike.
That is correct. After Lame, will be...
So we've listened to the ATIS, and we've got that from actually the VOR frequency at Olbia. And so what we've done is we've briefed ourselves, and Lewis has put everything in as far as our arrival is concerned. So we're going to look to do the buttocks for Lima arrival for runway 23, which has been loaded, and also we've decided, because we did an ILS in Perugia, that we're going to decide to do the RNP. It says RNAV still on the screen, but it's an RNP X-ray, which is the LPV for Olbia. So we can have a little look at that, and in the flight plan we can see here that this is the airway that we're currently on at the moment. Here's our buttocks for Lima arrival, which has lots and lots and lots and lots of waypoints, and it sort of zigzags. You can see there on the approach plate, it zigzags all the way around. And then we've got Millis is the end point of the arrival, but it's also the starting point, the initial approach fix of the LPV. So therefore it's actually taken Millis out of the end point of the arrival and put it in the starting point of the approach, so that there's not two Millis. And then that goes all the way down into the missed approach, and the minimas we've also loaded up on the screen here. They're slightly lower than 800, but we have put 800 and a little bit of a factor into there. And yeah, so we've set everything up. What Lewis also did a great job, and looked at loading the ILS frequencies in there and the VOR frequency also on the airfield as well, so that if there's any problem with the LPV approach, we can utilise the ILS, and we've got those frequencies loaded in there and identified. And once we get a little bit closer, we should get the DME information coming up on there as well. So yeah, fantastic. So we've loaded everything that we need to from the ATIS that we assume is going to happen, and a little bit of distance still to go. Still at flight level 190, but we'll be down in Olbia shortly. We've been cleared direct to Millis, which is what we're doing. We've been given
November 464 Lima Bravo, descent to 3000 feet, clear for the NP, procedure runway 23, report established.
Descending to 3,000 feet and report established, November 4 Lima Bravo.
So fortunately we got nice smooth air here, so we're in the yellow on the airspeed indicator, but that's okay, it's nice and smooth. We're passing 8,000 for 3,000. We can see here that we've got our altitude select arc saying that we're going to be at 3,000 feet at Millis. We have changed our minimas here as well because they changed the approach to the RMP 23 Yankee, which is a slightly different minimas. But we're doing alright actually. We're coming down pretty quickly, doing about 1,600 feet a minute. Routing director Millis.
Kilo 1, Roma, descent to level 110.
Everything's set up.
Descent level 110, for Kilo 1.
Pretty smooth flight, and we've got the island out in front of us.
Buongiorno, continue approach, becoming number 1, the wind is 28017 knots. Copy, check,
Sat in the back of the Piper Mirage at the moment, just waiting for the follow me car to turn up so that we can go and get some avgas. Unfortunately they have no fuel truck here to be able to do our avgas, but it's 32 degrees centigrade outside here in Sardinia, so we've jumped in the aircraft. Lewis is in the front with the engine running, air conditioning's on, just waiting for the follow me car, and then we'll be fueling up and then heading back over to Rome. Okay, so we're waiting by the fuel bay here in Sardinia. So there's the beautiful hut, there's the beautiful pump, but unfortunately if you want to get anything done quickly over here, it's not going to happen. So one of the key things to remember when you come into a lot of airports in certain places around Europe, Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, lots of places all over the place really, you've got to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to fuel the aeroplane. Ideally we would normally land, fuel it and then park up the aircraft, but we were in a bit of a hurry earlier on and we got plenty of time this afternoon, so it's no problem at all for us waiting around. But yeah, so we're just going to stand here in the 32 degree heat and wait for the fuel guy to come so we can fuel the aeroplane.